October is National Bullying Prevention Month, and this coming Saturday, October 1st, Pacer is holding its 7th annual Run, Walk, Roll Against Bullying. It's happening in Bloomington, and Bailey Lindgren is here to tell us more about it. Good morning.
Thanks so much for having me.
Pacer does such incredible work. I mean, a local organization. I know the big focus is really on children with disabilities, but you were telling me a little bit about their bullying prevention program.
Yes.
Can you tell me more about it?
Yes. So Pacer has over 30 different programs that support children with disabilities and their families. And so they mainly serve families within the state of Minnesota, but we also have a few national programs, one of which is our National Bullying Prevention Center. So that provides resources for all students, not necessarily just students with disabilities, but also parents, educators, community members, really anyone that's looking for information on the issue of bullying.
Why did you decide to get involved with Pacer and specifically with the bullying side of things?
Yeah, so my background is education, and when I was in college, I was working with a lot of students and really saw firsthand the impact that bullying can have, not only on a student's education, but their well-being. So when I found out about Pacer and the great work they're doing for bullying prevention, it really drew me towards the organization.
One of the things we were talking about, because bullying, you know, the easy part to identify would be kind of the physical violence, but there's that social component too that can be so much harder for parents and even kids to figure out what's wrong.
Yeah, especially if you're not in that direct circle, it's really hard to recognize things like exclusion, gossip, saying you can't sit with us, or even the cyberbullying that's happening online. So we really try to provide resources not only for students on what you do with those situations, but for parents on how you have that conversation with your child.
What do you tell parents when they think that their child is maybe being a victim of bullying?
Yeah, the main thing they say is really just to have an open conversation with them. You're probably the first person the child's told about the bullying, so really just listening to their story and then working with them to create an action plan.
The event this weekend should be a lot of fun. It's the 7th year, and you say it grows every year.
Yes, absolutely. So it started 7 years ago, and the attendance has just grown over the past 7 years. It's a really family fun event that's at Lake Normandale. There's
beautiful course here.
Absolutely. So there's a 4-mile chipped run and then a 2-mile walk. And it's just a great family-friendly event that's really meant to raise awareness around the issue of bullying.
And I love that you've got the orange shirts because that makes it very bright. You were telling me about these sunglasses that you brought.
Yes, so orange is the color of National Bullying Prevention Month, and these may look deceiving, but
they just look white.
But they actually turn orange in the sunlight.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yes, which is awesome. So the great thing about the t-shirts and sunglasses is you can wear them not only at the run, but throughout all of October to really show your support for National Bullying Prevention Month.
Fantastic. Bailey, thank you so much for all the work that you do and for helping spread the word. So let's give you the information. The Run, Walk, Roll, it's a hard one to say, against bullying is this Saturday at Mount Normandale Lake Park in Bloomington. Registration begins at 9 and the Run, Walk, Roll begins at 10, and people can still sign up?
Yes, you can sign up on our website, which is just pacer.org.
Fantastic. Bailey, thank you so much. We appreciate you coming in this morning.
Thanks for having me.
This weekend, you can help kick off National Bullying Prevention Month by lacing up your running shoes. Bailey Lindgren with Pacer's National Bullying Prevention Center is here to tell us about a really fun event coming up on Saturday. Good morning.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Of course, we do have October coming up in just a couple of days, and that is your busiest month.
Yes, absolutely. So October is National Bullying Prevention Month, which is actually a campaign that was started by Pacer back in 2006. And it's a really great time that schools and businesses and communities can really unite together and show their support for bullying prevention.
Tell me a little bit about how you got involved with Pacer, because you actually come from kind of an education background.
Yeah, so in college my degree was education, and with working with students I really saw firsthand the impact that bullying can have not only on a student's education but their well-being, and just became really passionate about the issue. So when I heard about Pacer and all of the amazing work they're doing across the country with bullying prevention, I really wanted to be involved.
I think that when people think about bullying, they think of, okay, you know, like fighting on the playground and whatnot, but you say that it's so much more than that. It's social. Did you see some of that when you were working in the schools?
Yeah, absolutely. So with social bullying, it can be things like exclusion, it can be gossip, it can say you can't be friends with her if you want to be friends with me, different things like that. And that type of bullying is really hard to pick up on if you're not directly in that social circle.
I know that you guys offer a lot of different resources for kids and teens and parents. What do you recommend that parents do, or maybe what are some of the warning signs if they think that their kid is being bullied?
Sure, I would say the main thing is to just keep that open conversation with your child. Over 64% of students won't report a bullying situation.
Oh, wow.
So just keeping that conversation open and having your child feel comfortable with you and being able to tell their story is a great first step.
You have a big event coming up this weekend. I love you brought
do.
orange, and these sunglasses are especially cool because they're white right now.
But they turn orange in the sunlight.
Really cool.
So all participants will get these great sunglasses and then these orange t-shirts as well. And the reason for orange is that is the color of National Bullying Prevention Month. So they're great to not only wear at the run, but throughout all of October.
Yeah, keep that conversation going.
Yes,
Bailey,
absolutely.
thank you so much. Let's give you the information for the event. You can still sign up. The Run, Walk, Roll Against Bullying is coming up this Saturday, October 1st at Mount Normandale Lake Park in Bloomington. So it should be a fantastic time. Thank you for coming in and for all the work that you do
me.
for schools across not only Minnesota, but across the country
Yes,
too.
absolutely.